Hi, I'm Sarah Thompson for STL TV. I'm joined by Jessica Mefford-Miller. She is the Executive Director of Metro Transit. And today we're going to be talking about a new on-demand public transit service that goes by the name of Via Metro STL. Jessica, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having us today, Sarah.
So this is really neat. This kind of reminds me of one of those things where technology meets sort of, transit needs. And here we come up with a new development just based on how technology is developing, what people's needs are for transportation. And then along comes an app. And so tell us how this all works and what it actually is.
Well, you're right, Sarah. The landscape of mobility is really changing. We've got tools and technology that we didn't have a few years ago. And as well, our customer expectations are changing too, right? We can order groceries, we can order things via Amazon and get things very quickly. And so people are wanting to do the same with their mobility options. And so with these new tools, Metro has actually undergone a major transformation of our transit system. And back in fall of 2019, we launched Metro Reimagine. And the first phase of that was really trying to put frequent transit service within reach of more people in the St. Louis region. So we have over 10 bus routes now that run at least every 15 minutes. We kind of straightened out a lot of our routes so that they would run at least every 30 minutes. The goal is really getting people where they need to go faster and more conveniently. Now, those frequent bus routes don't work. We can't provide them in all of the different communities that we serve. And we serve about 550 square miles of the St. Louis region. So now we're adding different services to complement Metro Bus and Metrolink service. Via is one of those. We actually launched a pilot program with Lyft back in fall 2019, and that's still going on, where our customers can pay just $1 per ride to use Lyft to access the nearest major Metro Bus or Metrolink transit center or bus stop. So that getting that last mile, maybe it makes the difference between transit being an option and not, or allows a customer not to have a really long walk to that transit station. So Via is something that we're using in some of the communities we serve at times of day or just in that whole community where frequent bus service just would be too hard to provide. So microtransit's a type of service that Via provides, and there are other providers out there in the marketplace. It uses smaller vehicles. It's integrated with transit, but it's not a big bus, it's not a train. We're actually using a minivan vehicle with Via for Via Metro STL. And it connects people to local destinations. So if you're making a trip during our service hours in Greater North County and you wanted to get from work to home, and that's all within that service area, you can make that direct trip. Or if you're going a long way, let's say you're coming from the city of St. Louis and you're getting to your job at Mercy South Hospital, you can hop on Metrolink, take that all the way to the Shrewsbury station, and then you can catch Via to your final destination. And the wait time for our Via service right now is less than 10 minutes. So that is just fantastic. We're also offering this service free for a period. We started it June 29th, and we're offering it free through August 31st. And then after August 31st, it's just $2 a ride on Via Metro STL.
That's great. Let's talk about, you mentioned the service areas, and I just kind of want to reiterate this because as you mentioned with Metro Transit, there's so much that you cover. Yeah. And so I just want to kind of go back to that. So we were looking at Southwest St. Louis County is one service area for Via Metro, and then North St. Louis County, and there's times for that as well. So if you could just kind of speak to, you've described perfectly how it works, but then how that integrates with the app and the ride share component, because I think we hear ride share component more, but this isn't going to be a necessarily one-on-one. There will be other people in the van. So if you could kind of speak to that too.
Yeah, so we have two different pilots going on, and this is our first experience with microtransit. So we deliberately wanted to look at a place where we're having a hard time serving people late night, and that's Greater North St. Louis County. So we have a lot of bus service in North County, and it's a strong market for Metro Transit. But late at night, so after 11:30 p.m. and early in the morning, before 5:30 a.m., we don't have a lot of service out there. But people are trying to get home from third shift jobs. They're trying to get to work early in the morning. We also have a lot of industrial providers, like in the Hazelwood area, that operate odd hours. People might get off work at 2:30 in the morning. Well, we don't have buses out there at that time. So we're piloting Via just between 11:30 p.m. and 5:30 a.m. in Greater North County, where we don't have a lot of bus coverage. So customers could get from, if they live in North County, work in North County, get off at 2 in the morning, for $2 within 10 minutes, you can get a VIA ride from work all the way to home. Or if you're traveling to a local destination, you can get there. If you need to get a early start in the morning, you could also get VIA to one of our nearest hubs, like our North County Transit Center, where you can catch that first or second bus out in the morning and get onto your final destination. So a lot more efficient for us to do that for a small number of people than to provide all of those buses during that time. So it really complements the MetroBus and MetroLink system. Now in Southwest St. Louis County, we're doing something a little different. We're providing VIA from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And there it's kind of low density area. We've got a lot of people who are traveling to places like Fenton, Gravway, Bluffs, Valley Park, which doesn't have bus service today, but yet people need to go there. So you can use VIA to connect from our Shrewsbury MetroLink station, where we've got MetroBus and light rail connections, and reach that final destination. Or let's say you live in Valley Park and you're trying to get to the grocery store in Fenton, you can make that whole trip via Metro STL. So it makes it really convenient. You don't have to wait a long time for a bus. And right now, bus wait times in that market are about every 40 minutes because it's not very productive. So this is a solution that helps get people where they need to go quicker. It's different to use it. It's a different experience. So customers can book a trip on VIA by calling VIA directly at 636-251-3328. And there's also an app for this, right? There's an app for everything. So you can download the VIA app, and it's available in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And Metro customer service team is great. And we're ready to help answer any questions about how you use VIA and how you connect back to the Metro Transit system. And you can reach us at 314-231-2345.
Okay, well, you've covered a lot, because I was just about to ask you how easy is it to use the app and the operating system, but you've just kind of covered that. I think a lot of times people get a little hesitant when they think one more app, but as you've explained, it's really easy to use, and there's a phone alternative. I know you are busy, and I know it's not an easy job to oversee the entire region's public transportation system. So I know you and your team are hard at work. I appreciate your time today, and I know people are really going to benefit from this. And for more information, as you mentioned, people can head to metrostlewis.org/VIA. That's VIA. Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, Sarah.
All right, and thank you for watching STL TV. And for more information on what's going on, head to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/St. Louis TV, or head to stltv.net. Thank you.